Yeah. Apologize being just a little bit late. Diane says get to work, so I will. Okay. So let's go ahead and stand. Let's do the prayer and then the pledge of allegiance of the flag.
Heavenly Father, as always, as we start our county council meetings, may we start with just a thanks. Thank you for your love, your grace, your mercy, your provision, your guidance, and just your wisdom overall for all of us here on the Talbot County Council and all of our citizens, everyone in the state of Maryland and our great country. Father, we just we thank you for your daily blessings. We recognize them, we thank you for them, and we just thank you for your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. In His name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start off tonight. The agendas before the council. Is there any deletions or corrections to the agenda?
Mr. President, if I may, I have two that I'd like to amend today.
Sure.
First one, if I could put in a request to remove item number 7
Okay.
from the agenda. We need to do the second one as well, or just we need to vote on that one first?
You want council? It's up to you. Do you want to do both at one time?
Why don't you just do both?
Okay, that sounds good. And which is the next one?
Okay, and the second one is under county manager report. I have a request to add an emergency agenda item for a letter to go to our state legislature in opposition of Senate Bill 791.
Okay.
So I'll start off with a motion for both of those items.
Okay.
Excuse me, could you repeat that?
I'll start off with a motion to remove number 7 from the agenda and then to add the emergency letter opposing Senate Bill 791. So motion's on the table.
Do I have a second?
Are we doing them?
We're doing them together.
Do you want to do them separately?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we'll do them separate.
So the motion on the table then is just to remove item number 7 from tonight's agenda.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
That's a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Melky?
Aye.
Ms. Hague?
Aye.
Okay. Now let's go for the next one, the add-on.
Do I need to repeat that one?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'm making a motion that when under county manager report, that we add an agenda item for an emergency letter to go to the Maryland State Legislature in opposition of Senate Bill 791.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Melky?
Aye.
Ms. Hague?
Aye.
Okay. All right, we're set on that. Okay. All right, next on the agenda is the minutes. We've had time to take a look at the minutes. Is there any additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes? Council, all good? Okay, hearing none, the chair moves that the minutes be accepted as unanimous consent. Disbursements of February 17th and the 24th of February. Is there any additions, deletions, or correction to that?
No.
Okay. Hearing none, the disbursements would be accepted as unanimous consent. Okay. All right. First on the agenda is the annual comprehensive financial report. You guys want to come on up? Welcome, Martha and Chris. How you guys doing?
Good, thank you
Good.
for having us.
Good. Tell us all good stuff now. Okay.
Do that.
All right.
Martha Sparks, Finance Director for Talbot County. So I'm here with our auditor, independent auditor, SB and Company, and the audit partner, Chris Lehman. He's going to go over the process of the report, but I just wanted to highlight for the council, I've given you a memo discussing, okay. It's, I don't see that. Okay, there we go. gave it a shake. Okay, there we go. So I provided council with a memo that's kind of, that served as a guideline for the review of the ACFR. It can be quite a bit of information to consume, so I wanted to point out the highlights again for yourselves and also for our residents and other users of the financial statements, which can be found on our county website under the Finance Department and in the financial reports. So on page 2 of our ACFR is a transmittal letter, which serves as a formal cover letter and introduction to the governing body, creditors, and the public. Page 15 contains the management discussion and analysis, which is often called the MD&A, provides an objective, readable narrative analysis of a government's financial performance, explaining the why figures changed and trends occurred, covering highlights, capital assets, debt, and future impacts. On page 33 is the balance sheet for the governmental funds, and under the fund, particular for us, under the fund balances category heading of our reserves, we are reporting for the first time reserves in our categories that are in accordance with the reserve policy adopted by council in February of 2025. And page 126 is the beginning of the statistical section that provides historical context, trends, and multi-year data, typically 10 years, that assist users in assessing a government's economic condition, financial trends, debt capacity, and operating performance beyond the basic financial statements. And on page 44, notes to the financial statements. This section contains a wealth of information on the county, and I'd like to emphasize specific areas of interest, page 55 through 56, where it discusses deposits and investments. And on page 65, it discusses the long-term debt and summary, So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will turn this over to Chris.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. And again, I'm Chris Lehman. I was the engagement partner over the financial statement audit. So I have a brief presentation that I'll go over that goes through our firm and industry required communications to those charged with governance. And if you have any questions, feel free to jump in, or I will also ask at the end. So we were engaged to audit the June 30, 2025 financial statements for the county, also termed the ACFR, or the Annual Comprehensive Financial Report. In addition, because the county has expended or received more than $750,000 of federal funding, there's also a uniform guidance single audit that's required by the federal government. That audit's currently underway. We've also completed an audit of the 911 trust fund activity that's required by the state, as well as calculations and financial ratios that go along with the landfill agreed upon procedures. In addition, the state requires a UFR, or a Uniform Financial Report, to be submitted along with the financial statements, and we have reviewed that as part of our audit. And then lastly, once the single audit is submitted, a data collection form will also be submitted to the federal government to show that the county has met its requirements for the single audit. I just have a high-level summary of the results here. We've issued a clean, or what's termed unmodified, opinion on the financial statements, and that would be the best opinion we could give under professional standards. Our audit is not a forensic audit, but we are required to have a healthy skepticism that fraud could happen at any time, and we did not discover any instances of fraud through our audit procedures, nor did we identify any material weaknesses in any of the internal controls. And we also received the full cooperation of management, so all records that we requested backup for, we obtained adequate support, and we obtained timely and adequate answers to all questions. And we, as I mentioned, we're currently in the process of completing the single audit. That's due at March 31st of this year, so we are still well within the deadline period for the single audit. This here is just a picture of are really our risk-based audit approach. The audit's really designed to funnel out risk. Risk of error within the financial statement is what we're auditing for, to ultimately get to that hopefully clean, and in this case, the clean opinion that we did issue. And we spend a significant amount of time. I'll go through in the next 2 or 3 slides the results of the second phase here, which is understanding and testing the design and the operation of the internal controls. And we're looking at key processes and functions that impact the financial statements, and I'll explain those here in a couple slides. This slide here, we assess the control environment, and there's 5 interrelated components that really need to be present to determine whether or not there is an effective environment, and we have concluded that there is an effective environment for the county for the period under audit. And those 5 interrelated components are listed to the, well, starting on this page, 3 of them are listed to the left here. Control environment, management's risk assessment process, the specific control activities, and then also information and communication, and the monitoring of internal controls. All 5 elements would need to be present in order for there to be an effective control environment. And as I mentioned, we have concluded that there was an effective environment. And then taking that a step further, we're auditing key processes with 2 primary objectives. One is the process designed effectively, meaning are there proper approvals, timely approval of transactions and things of that nature. And then secondly, are the results being achieved? So we're testing the operating results through transactions to ensure that they were properly approved, they were recorded to the correct account, and in the correct amounts. And yet this will go on to 3 slides, but you'll see listed on this slide, we've assessed the design and the operation of the treasury function. There's certain estimates within the financial statements. A lot of those estimates are actuarially driven with pension and OPEB calculations. We've assessed the financial reporting process, cash disbursements or expenditures, payroll, revenue, fixed assets, information technology as it relates to the accounting system, and then we're currently working through the grant compliance piece, and we have not noted any significant deficiencies or material weaknesses in any of those processes. So we've concluded that both the design and the operation was effective for the period under audit.
Which is something you always want to hear your auditor tell you.
In a long-winded way to say it's good, I can't really use non-account. I'm not supposed to use non-accounting terms, but that's a good result. Any questions on that?
I'm just glad I've been around remembering the days when the best opinion you could get was the unqualified opinion, and it's nice that language has changed over the years.
Yeah, I guess it keeps us on our toes by changing the language. But yes, it used to be unqualified, and now it's unmodified, but it essentially means the same thing. And I won't go into numbers too much, and this is probably a little small on the screen. And this is taken out of, Martha mentioned the management discussion and analysis section of the ACFR. And these are just summaries of really the balance sheet. This is the balance sheet here of the entity-wide financial statements. So this just includes all the activity, both from a governmental activity perspective, which includes the general fund, it includes the capital project fund, but it also includes long-term assets, capital assets, it includes debt, and then in the business type activities, that includes all the proprietary type funds. So that's just a snippet there of the balance sheet or the net position at the end of the year, derived directly from the management discussion analysis. And then here is just a year-over-year comparison of the same level of information that shows revenues at the top and the expenses down below. Any questions?
It's a remarkably healthy picture.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And then I won't walk through each page here, and I mentioned some of these at my introduction, but Had we had difficulties getting through the audit, I'd be required to bring that to your attention. If we had had we had different disagreements with management, had we had audit adjustments, and really we had nothing of a negative nature that I need to bring to your attention through the audit process. So it's a very wordy way to say that. And then lastly, I just have my contact information here if there's questions outside of the audit season, but we do work with Martha and management on any questions that come up throughout the year. But I also make myself available if you all have any issues or questions.
Susan may have just added it, if we just got it as it came in.
Any questions?
Okay, any questions, council? Okay, all right.
Martha, as before, as a historian, I don't have a lot of experience reading these things, and I appreciate your memos that tell us where we might particularly want to focus our attention on this, and that's most helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll just add in comments, Christopher. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for using the simplistic words to summarize it. Even though, like I said,
I tried.
So thank you for that. But I'll continue the thanks to Martha and your entire team. We would not be able to get such a glowing recommendation if it weren't for you and your team. So thank you, and please extend that thanks to them as well.
I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
No comment.
Okay.
Thank you, Martha, and thank you, Chris, for the update.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, no, I'd be remiss if I didn't, as your chief administrative officer, just say how proud I am of our team. Martha and Caitlin and the group. I've just watched them over the last 3 years get better and better every year. And it's comforting, and I know you take comfort in that, and the citizens of Talbot County should take comfort at the competence that we have in that sector. And Chris, your team has been great to work with, and we appreciate your service to the county.
Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll add on to that too. Martha and Chris, I mean, the whole team that you've put together, Martha, it has been spectacular. Last 3 years with working with you and your team and Caitlin, and I mean, it's been phenomenal. It really has, and it's really a comfort level, not only to this council, but to the citizens. It's their money, you know.
And we feel that too, that this is the citizens, these are taxpayer dollars.
Absolutely.
And when we look
Yep.
through that, so we take that same approach, like it's our
Right.
bank statement, our wallet, so.
And we feel that when we're in budget hearings and stuff like that. And it's comforting to know that what you put in front of us is good numbers, you know, and we really appreciate that. And Chris, you looking over stuff like that, knowing the comfort level that you're in, that things are going properly and professionally, it's really good to know, and I appreciate your hard work too.
Thank you.
Well, Chris knows I've worked with Chris the 3-4 audits that we've gone through here. Also worked with him when I was with the town of Centerville as well. So Chris and I have a familiar, as far as working relationships go, and I'm probably one of his TMI clients. I never hide anything from the auditor, because if there's something wrong, we want to come out from under it and fix it. And he's, you know, they've been good guides in making sure that we're accurately reporting items. And I can't say enough about the partnership, my assistant finance director, our assistant finance director, Caitlin Foster Clark. She really is a phenomenal addition to the team, but we have all of our team members put the effort. This is their work that they do every day, is going through this, and I'm incredibly proud of them as well.
That's great. Okay, well, I appreciate it, guys, and I think I appreciate the report, and good job.
Okay,
No
thank
action.
you.
No action for council on this.
Now. Okay. All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, next on the agenda is introduction to administrative resolution. Madam Secretary, could you go ahead and read that, please?
Just the title?
Yes, that'd be great.
Administrative resolution changing the designated resident agent for Talbot County, Maryland.
Okay. Mr. Thomas, you want to go ahead and explain what we have to do to kind of do some, clean that up?
Sure. So under state law, each county has to designate a resident agent for purposes of legal process. Back in 2004, the council designated the county manager as the resident agent without referring to the individual. However, in 2016, the council adopted an administrative resolution that specifically named Andy Hollis, who was the county manager at the time, as the resident agent. So this resolution simply updates the resident agent from Mr. Hollis to Mr. Stamp as the current county manager, and then it also gives the council the flexibility to update the designated resident agent in the future and when there's a change in county manager. So you won't have to adopt another administrative resolution at that time, so it'll make the process a little easier.
Okay, all right. So, any discussion, council?
No.
Okay,
All
so
you need is a motion.
we just need
So,
a motion?
Mr. Thomas, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we're in here, it does state where it does mention Mr. Stamp, but it's also by title, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just so again, so we don't have to, keep visiting this in the future.
Correct. There's a form that can be filled out and filed with the State Department of Assessments and Taxation to change the resident agent. And the resolution is written in a way that whoever fills it out and submits it will be able to attach that resolution whenever there's a change without
Got it.
having the council having to take any action.
Okay, thank you.
So at this point, can we blame everything on Andy? I hope Andy's watching, you know what I'm saying? But no, this cleans everything up.
Correct.
Okay, good. Okay, so is there a motion?
You want a show of hands to introduce?
Oh, okay, sorry.
For administrative resolution?
Yeah, I didn't even think.
I thought administrative resolution, we just go right to vote.
Oh, do
I
we,
think we typically introduce administrative resolutions
Yeah.
and then vote on it.
Right.
For the record.
so introduced by council, and then you can call the
Okay,
vote.
okay. Madam Secretary, call the vote, please.
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for that. Okay, next on the agenda would be a discussion on a proposed text amendment on Chapter 190 concerning the short-term rental license in the review board. Okay,
Yes, this,
Yep.
This proposal was brought forward by Councilmember Stepp. This is simply to refer this to the Planning Commission for review and a recommendation. The proposal is to amend sections 190.63.2, G23, and 190.63A4A3 to provide that applicants for new and renewal short-term rental licenses provide notice to the 50 properties nearest to the short-term rental dwelling or owners of all other properties with a property line within 1,000 feet, including line of sight within 1,000 feet across waterways, whichever is less. Under the code currently, notices are to be sent to owners of all other properties with a property line within 1,000 feet, including line of sight with 1,000 feet across waterways.
okay, sounds good. And this is just, do you want to say anything, or?
No, I mean,
Yep, yep.
Mr. Thomas just basically did it, but just the genesis of this, I mean, out of the previous legislation that we had for STRs, I heard this from actually a constituent, so I love these requests when they come directly from a constituent, seem to make good common sense and, actually make the process a little less cumbersome for both renewal and new applications, so
Okay,
that's the genesis of this.
okay. Any other discussion?
I just wanted to mention that we will be revisiting the issue of a major renovation of the short-term rental licenses, and I think that it should all be handled together.
Okay. So right now, it's just a matter of introduction.
Just
Yeah.
a motion to
Motion.
refer this proposed text
Right.
amendment to the Planning
Okay.
Commission.
Would- Do we want to workshop this and, rather than do this in a piecemeal fashion?
I think Mr. Steps wants to move forward.
Yeah, at this time, I do not, as I don't have a line of sight into what that is. This is just a very minor change to the legislation. So
process.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion that we proceed to send this over to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Okay. Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Nay.
Ms. Milky?
Nay.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. Next, we've got a text amendment of Chapter 190 on concerning signs.
Yes, this request was brought forward by Zach Smith on behalf of Preston Automotive. Again, this is a request for referral to the Planning Commission. As you may be aware, Preston recently acquired the Toyota dealership on Route 50. They want to have a flag with their frog logo on it, which apparently relates to their nonprofit, but it is also associated with the business, which would be prohibited under the current zoning code. So this text amendment would allow the use of that flag and would open it up to other similar businesses as well. And I believe Mr. Smith is here and can give you a little bit more context to the request.
Okay. Zach, would you like to come on up? Yep.
Good evening, Council. Zach Smith on behalf of Preston Automotive. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here in the consideration of this text amendment. As Mr. Thomas said, Preston did recently purchase the Toyota dealership on Route 50 that's located just outside the town of Easton and under the county's land use regulations. And Preston would like to do there, like they do at all their dealerships, have an arrangement of 3 flags where they fly the American flag, the state flag, and then their corporate flag, which is simply their logo of the frog, which is something they do across all their dealerships to show the affiliation with that family of dealerships. But also importantly, Preston and Mr. Wilson in particular are very philanthropic. They give a lot of money to local charities and causes, and they use that flag to sort of raise awareness and promote those causes. So for example, during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, they focus their giving on breast cancer awareness, and the frog will be pink. When Talbot goes purple, the frog will be purple. When they're raising money for veterans organizations, it's green, and so on. It's just something they do across all their dealerships. But unfortunately, they're not able to put the flag up at this location under the current code because the county code doesn't permit corporate flags. I guess it would permit it as a sign, but that would be your one sign you're entitled to, and you couldn't have other signage. And so this amendment proposes to allow for a corporate flag, in addition to signage that otherwise is permitted. We think that's appropriate. It's worth noting that I think both Easton and St. Michael's zoning codes allow for corporate flags in addition to other flags that are flown. It's just something they do to help the business community.
Sure.
And so the amendment does propose a limitation of 1 per commercial or industrial property and a maximum area of 40 square feet and no higher than 30 feet. And we worked with Mr. Charlton's office to come up with some reasonable limitations to ensure there aren't unintended consequences to allow that. So we would ask the council to please forward it on to the Planning Commission and hope to be back to you with a presentation at that time.
Okay, that's great.
Mr. Smith, this is in, this would apply to various zones, not just the county gateway zoning?
As drafted, it would apply to any commercial or industrial property, so yes, Mr. Rush.
Okay.
So that wouldn't be commercial or industrial zoning per se, but a commercial or industrial land use.
And the site that we have in mind for this is part of that gateway zoning to the town of Easton. I know that the county and the town have really worked together to improve design standards. Does Easton have a comparable standard?
It does, yes. So Easton does permit corporate flags in addition to other commercial signage. I can check and confirm, but I think these limitations are less than what's allowed in the town, certainly no more in terms of the area of the flag. But to answer your question directly, Easton does permit corporate flags in addition to other commercial signage, similar to what we're asking for.
Thank you.
No questions?
Any other discussion?
Okay. There.
So I'll make a motion that we send it to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Okay. We got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Zach. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Next is Clay stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Council. Under County Manager's report this evening, we have some board and committee appointments we'd like for you to consider. The first will be the Agricultural Land Preservation Advisory Board. We're requesting the reappointment of Mr. John Swain to that board.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
The next will be the Commission on Aging. We're requesting the reappointment of Jenna Markey, Home Instead, Rachel Smith, Londonderry, Carrie Oddie, RN, Health Department, Rachel Cox, Emergency Services, Wendy Palmer, Citizen, and Vita Gibson from Asbury Place.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
The next is the Frederick Douglass Park on the Tuckahoe Committee, requesting the reappointment of Richard Marks.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote, please?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
And the next one is the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. We're requesting the appointment of Mr. Sean O'Connor from the Trap District and the appointment of Mr. Michael Brophy as the Town of Easton's representative to that board.
So moved as stated.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
And finally, Council, the Tourism Board, we're requesting the appointment of Jennifer Brown, Flanner Vacations, as the short-term rental representative.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Nay.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Thank you, Council. The next item of business, we'll invite Dina Kilman to come forward. Ms. Kilman is here this evening requesting a letter of support, and I'll let her provide you the information and fill in where necessary.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
So y'all have read the.
Could you tell everybody who you are?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dina Kelman, Executive Director of the Waterfowl Festival.
Mhm.
As you know, we own the Armory Building in Easton. It is in dire need of a little support, a little love for the community. I hope that you received the list of all the people that have used the building this year. It's in the thousands. We have dozens of organizations that use it every year. The Waterfowl Festival primarily uses it about, a week out of the year. We do use it for our administrative offices, but the rest of the year it is used primarily by our citizens for a multitude of reasons. So we are asking your support in the form of a letter to get some congressionally directed spending to help repair and restore some of the things needed in that facility.
Great, thank you. And Council, that is a letter of support for their request for congressionally directed spending in the amount of $1.7 million for restoration. There would be no county funds required.
Correct.
I'll move to direct the letter.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay. there you
Dina,
go.
thank you.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yep,
Go
good luck,
get it.
ma'am.
Thank you
Good
for all
luck.
you do. Council, the next item of business involves the airport, and we'll invite Micah Richer, your airport manager, to provide the request to you. I'll fill in where is necessary.
Thank you, Clay. Council, good evening. Michael Risher, your airport manager. Exciting times, capital planning, a lot going on out there planning-wise. Although the tractors have slowed down because of the snow and the weather not working in our favor right now. Two requests for you this evening. The first one is our normal, regular, annual AIP grant request. All of our coordinating with FAA, they've basically told us to plan on about $6.7 million right now to keep the project going. We're hoping they can find a little bit more. At least another $1 million. We're hoping for as much as we can. Last year, they were able to find another $2 million for projects that were not able to go. Our advantages were shovel ready. We are ready to go, contractor lined up, plans. So, every dollar that they send to us, we can put right to work immediately. So in my first request for our regular planning is I'm requesting permission to apply for and accept this year's AIP grant for an amount up to $10 million to continue the project.
Okay. Any questions?
Mr. Risher, how does this amount, remind us, is this a lowered amount, and is this FAA support tapering down for some reason here?
So this is a scaled down amount from what we were hoping for a year ago. And a lot of that is just the demand of, the cost of the projects across the country have increased, through inflation and volatility in the market. I mean, we've seen some construction items double in cost or more. So projects across the board have come in considerably higher than FAA was, forecasting even a year ago. So basically, everybody got scaled down to lower amounts, which is where we sit right now. Like I always say when we're in our planning meetings, the need is greater than the money that's available to maintain our infrastructure across the nation. So, the unfortunate thing for us is, we need a certain number. They're not able to meet it. But they are able to keep our project going, slower than we would like. The hope is that we keep it going and then use another avenue, which is my second request, to go direct to Congress and ask for more money. But this specific request is kind of like the money that we know is coming. This is the regular that we get every single year of 6.7. And with that, we'll put our 400 some thousand in. The state will as well. We'll end up doing, nearly an $8 million project to start building the new runway.
And FAA funds this. This is through the airline passenger ticket tax.
That's right. This is through the trust fund. This is, when you use the system, you fly, they collect excise, taxes, fees on fuel, things of that nature. So you use the system, money flows into the trust fund, then all the airport's district offices kind of divvy it up to the projects that are within their district. This is our normal funding mechanism where they pay 90%, state pays 5%, and we pay 5% of construction cost.
And so FAA, rather than picking priority projects, they're just spreading the money a little bit more evenly around, and that's resulting in lower awards?
Well, it is prioritized, but where we fall as a national level general aviation airport, of course, more money is going to go to the BWI, the Dulleses, the Richmonds, even the Salisburys, Hagerstowns, Martin States. They're also within our district, so we kind of fall down the list. And then it's also prioritized, like what type of project is it, what category of airport. So, it's an unfortunate thing. We've obviously been waiting in line for a very long time to get here. We are at the head of the line for a small GA airport. FAA is supportive of this. They want to get this project off their books. But the reality is, just to get this next piece done, currently we need about $27 million. And that's just impossible. There's no way that under their current budget they can give us $27 million. So the plan is $6.7 million this year, and then $5 million a year through 2031 to get it complete. That's like the base level plan.
Of course, his second request would be to hurry up and get
right.
the project.
The second request is the is the moonshot, if you will.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hagan? Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, council. So that was the basic, we know the money is going to come. We can keep the project going. The next ask is through all this communicating and coordinating, of course, we've reached out to our federal delegation. And I am happy to say that our entire federal delegation now supports our project for consideration under Congressional Community Grant Funding. So working through Congressman Harris's office, they've identified this. I've kind of given them the details. They see it, they support it, and they have recommended that we put the entire ask in, the $27 million. There's no guarantee that it'll be funded at that level, but as I've explained to them, and what we have working for us right now is construction package 3, We have a contractor lined up, ready to go. We bid it with a base bid and add alternates to get this whole project done. Currently, we're doing the base bid and 2 add alternates. There's 3 more add alternates that would finish it. So this is the definition of shovel ready. The only thing holding us up is the money. So, you know, Congressman Harris's office, we've worked with them. We have this teed up, and I've also been contacted by Senator Also Brooks and Senator Van Hollen's office. We're going to apply through all 3 and send it up to Congress and ask for their support of funding the entire project or any portion that they can if you approve of that.
Okay, any discussion?
No, motion to approve the request.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lester?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
There you go.
Thank you. We'll keep it
Thank you.
moving.
Thank you, Micah.
Keep us posted. Good job.
Appreciate that.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
So council, I'll ask our Assistant County Engineer to come forward, Mr. Josh Elliott. We have a couple requests. Oh, Ray, I didn't see you, Ray.
It's okay. No problem.
You were hiding behind me. I guess you were out of my
Hiding
view.
behind me, yeah.
Okay, so these gentlemen have a request, actually 2 requests for the same thing. This is a request regarding an easement to provide water service to the new hospital site. I'll let them go forward and fill in where necessary.
Okay.
Ray Clark, County Engineer. We've been working with Eastern Utilities on this. This is actually to run, originally to run a water line up Halem School Road. So we were seeking a 30-foot wide easement from the property owners, Mr. Wilson and Mr. Parker. We had it appraised. That appraisal for that 30-foot wide easement was $12,000. In reviewing this with the property owners, they were seeking to be annexed into the town. In talking with Sharon Van Emberg, the town attorney, for that annexation would cost about $15,000. As I explained to Mr. Wilson, Mr. Parker, we cannot, offer them the ability to be annexed into the town. That's a political process. They would have to seek that annexation, and they've agreed to do that. So the county came back and offered them $15,000, which is the cost of the annexation. After we had met with the property owners and reviewed that, I think the Eastern Utilities decided that they needed to also provide electric in that easement. So they ended up working out an arrangement with the property owners to add another $7,500 to the offer to install electric. So there'll be electric and water in that easement. At the same time, we have a third-party agreement kind of outlining all that. So again, this is a request from the county council to proceed with that easement in the amount of $12,000. I'm sorry, $15,000 to the property owners.
And again, council, that is a proposed offering. It certainly wouldn't move forward without council's approval. So
Sure.
you've had the backup information. Hopefully you have the information you need to make a decision.
Okay.
And that property probably isn't eligible for annexation anyway, as isn't it in the
Yeah, in
the
my
county
understanding,
and the town's permanent green belt area?
I believe so, yes. So
Yeah.
that would be something they have to work out with the town.
All right, and I understand for this hospital, the Eastern Utilities is doing some looping of systems. I
Yes.
mean, you wouldn't think that this is not between the hospital and Easton, but they like to loop systems, and I presume that's what's going on with this.
That is correct. Typically, when you're extending a water line, you want to loop that water line. So what we have is one loop going up 662, or one line going up 662, it would come around 662, come down Halem School Road, and then ultimately through the hospital property, and then ultimately tie into their system on Halem School. So that's basically, which I think is also Goldsboro Neck Road.
Yeah. It might not seem obvious to a listener that why to connect the hospital to water that we're going the opposite direction.
Right.
from.
Well, and it gives redundancy. It gives redundancy in the event there is a problem.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay.
We also need an MOU.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the next item would be the mechanics of it. We would just need council authority to enter an MOU for the previous issue.
So
Okay.
move for an MOU.
Yep.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Got it. Okay, guys, thank you.
Thank you, Ray, Josh. And council, that concludes your county manager report for this evening. And again, always, thank you for your support.
We have the one, we have the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. The final item is an item Senate Bill 791 titled Community Trust Act, introduced by Senator Lamb. This is a state piece of legislation. Patrick's going to give you a summary of that. And again, the ask is the council to take a position that we would relay up to the state, your position on the bill.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll provide a summary from the fiscal policy note. The bill prohibits, with certain exceptions, an employee or agent of a state or local correctional facility on the course of their duties from taking certain actions related to immigration enforcement. Each state and local correctional facility must adopt a policy consistent with the bill's requirements that includes penalties for a violation by an employee or agent. The bill also prohibits, with certain exceptions, law enforcement agents during the performance of regular police functions from notifying federal immigration authorities that an individual is in custody unless so required by a valid court order. Each law enforcement agency in the state must adopt a policy consistent with the bill's requirements and current law establishing restrictions on actions relating to immigration enforcement by law enforcement agents while performing regular police functions, including penalties for violation. An individual who has been subjected to a violation of this bill may bring an action for actual damages, punitive damages, and injunctive relief.
Okay. Mr. Step, did you
And,
want?
and Mr. Thomas, you want to spell out that last portion? This would be county employees, and what could you just use non-legal language to
Sure.
explain what that means?
Sure. So just to clarify, so again, in short, the bill, as it applies to the county specifically, would prohibit the detention center employees from communicating with the federal government regarding certain individuals subject to a detainer. And if they were to violate that, then that individual could bring an action against the county or the employee for actual damages, punitive damages, and injunctive relief.
A civil suit.
Yes.
Any other discussion?
Okay.
So,
we're looking for council to, I guess the ask is whether the council would like to take a position on this bill, and then we would send that position, we would forward that position to the legislature.
Yeah, and I'll add to that, so the hearing on this bill is tomorrow at 1 p.m., so I would request that that letter go out first thing tomorrow morning, so that way our legislators have time to, to see our position.
And do you have a position that you would like to offer the rest of the council?
So
Motion.
I will start with the motion to send a letter in opposition of Senate Bill 791 to be sent first thing tomorrow morning.
Second.
okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, council. We'll see
Thank
that
you.
the letter gets off first thing in the morning.
Okay.
And this does conclude the county manager report for the evening. Thank you.
Okay, good job. Okay, next on the agenda is, do we have any sign up out there, public comment? Nobody signed up. Okay, all right, wrapping things up. Council comments, Mr. Step?
Public comment, you call in the audience?
Yeah.
No, for public comment, and see if anyone out there.
What did I say?
No, you moved right to council comments.
Oh, I
We
did?
got two in the
I
audience, you
meant-
might want to say
that's
something.
Dyslexia stuff's going on here. All right, yeah, public comment, I'm sorry. Anything? Huh?
Didn't you say nobody?
Yeah, she said nobody saw it.
You always call the audience though after you're done.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Does anybody want to come up? I see we got somebody just walked in here.
No.
Yeah. Hey, how are you? All right, then, nobody, okay, so, next on would be, council comments.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Lesher?
Nothing for
Okay.
tonight.
Okay.
I just wanted to remind everybody that February's senior supply drive is nearing its final weeks, and encourage the community to donate. And you can contact the Commission on Aging for more information on how to do that. But there's a real need here for our senior citizens for these supplies.
Okay.
Nothing tonight?
Okay, I really don't have much either. I just wanted to commend Public Works this weekend, roads, taking care of all the roads and all the staff and you guys meeting Sunday night. And, there's a lot that goes into these emergency services, and we rarely get a blizzard warning. So I just want to commend all the guys at County Roads for doing that, and you, Clay, you sort of going through what you have to do to get everything safe and sound. I appreciate it.
Make sure I share that with our departments. It means
Please.
a lot when they hear that from you.
Yep.
And frankly, we were quite fortunate, because if we go to our east and look at Worcester County, Lower Delaware, even Wycomico, they're still trying to get the roads to plow because of trees down and power outages. So it was very close to us, and we were very fortunate not to have this severity. But yes, a lot goes into that, and it makes all of us proud to see all these organizations and agencies that mobilize to make sure that we can not only address the trees that may go down, power outages, but also the human side to make sure we have shelter and what have you. So thanks for saying so.
Yeah, okay.
I'll pass that on.
Good.
May I bank on that?
Yes.
Not only the roads crew, but the emergency
Yeah.
planning team.
Yep.
I listened in on one of the calls, and I happened to have it on. My wife overheard, and she remarked on how impressive it was that every single communication was specific, succinct, and relevant. And they went down every single one of the partnering agencies, the schools, the health department, everybody who has some sort of role in this, social services even. Everybody had a role because they deal with homelessness.
Right.
And the whole thing was over in less than half an hour because everything was so, this is very well rehearsed. This is very professional. We've got a great team in place.
We do. Okay. You want-
The County Council's next meeting will be held on Tuesday, March 10th, beginning at 5:00 p.m. The council will be convening an open session at 2:00 p.m. for a fiscal year 27 budget work session, and then adjourning into closed session as listed on the statement for closing that meeting. On Thursday, February 26th and Thursday, March 5th, the County Council will be holding meetings at 4:30 p.m. by way of Zoom with Providence Strategies for a briefing on the Maryland General Assembly. The meetings are open to the public. The council will also be holding a fiscal year 27 budget work session on Tuesday, March 3rd at 4:00 p.m. and Thursday, March 4th no, that's not right, Thursday, March 5th. Tuesday, March 3rd and Thursday, March 5th at 5:00 p.m. The meetings are open to the public. Therefore, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting and reconvene as noted?
So moved.
And a second.
Okay, we got a motion second. Madam Secretary, could you call the vote?
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Step?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Aye.
Ms. Milky?
Aye.
Ms. Hayes?
Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.